networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most major markets. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Just $45 a month with our promo code ESPNNW. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the Scorpion TV logo.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michael Studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Gonna get you hot, I'm gonna make it wet. Play hot tub, rubber dub and hot tub, rubber dub and me. Shaking hot tub, yeah. Will you make me sweat? Yeah. Shaking hot tub, yeah. Will you make me wet? Yeah.
Well, good morning. Welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida on an absolutely beautiful Tuesday here in Paradise. And we will have thunderstorms roll in sometime throughout the day. It's hot. It's humid.
Man.
You got Stevens air conditioning. You don't have any problems. If you don't have them, you got issues. You got money issues. You're going to have, you have all kinds of things.
You know what today is?
Yes.
Today is National Eat Your Vegetables Day.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
Jason, you
or
eat
drink
yours
them
today?
Yeah.
I want to get creatine.
Yeah.
I want to try some creatine. I never have taken it.
Oh,
I've
wow.
been reading up on it, and they say older people need to have it.
So they are treating Parkinson's, dementia with it because it breaks the blood-brain barrier. So there's a lot more benefits than just the ATP, which it produces, which is strength for our muscles to contract. So multiple benefits. Creatine.
I want to try it. I do. I want to try it.
And creatine is fairly inexpensive. I mean, you're talking $20 to $40, depending on if you want 1 month, 2 month, 3 months.
Do you put like a scoop into water, or how do you do it?
So there is capsules. We do have some capsules, and then there is.
Which one do you recommend?
I recommend the one with capsules. There's forms of creatine that are already buffered down that absorb a lot faster, that have less water retention. I do recommend taking those type of forms because they're.
Do you have them at both stores?
Yep.
Okay.
Creatine is the number one used supplement in the world. It's probably the most inexpensive when you talk about the benefits because they're proven by science.
Even somebody's 68, 70 years old, they can get muscle mass with those?
Yeah, a little bit of muscle mass, but the cognitive benefits are what's being studied.
Whoa.
Pay
I really don't
attention
need
to
that. Why did y'all both bring that up and look at me?
Coach.
And I'll tell you another thing, for people that stress and kind of, get brain fog,
yeah.
ashwagandha is one of the best things naturally you can take for like anti-anxiety, for cortisol levels. I mean, and it's fairly inexpensive too, and that's a natural product as well. There's a patented version called KSM 66. We have a couple products at MaxFed that are like $29.99 for a 30-day supply, and then we have another one that's $39.99 for a 60-day supply.
I told you I don't like that camera. I told you I do not like that camera. That one.
That one. That's the one
Turn
that
it off. I'm going to break it. I'm going to break it.
How
Anyway,
did you know that was even on you?
Because I've been taking my creatine. I know.
He's aware.
Yeah. Jason Kovaleski's in the building today like all. Hey, we saw our special guest Friday. I'm looking forward to Friday.
Yeah.
Everything's set at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Big bodybuilding show. They got one of the biggest shows they've had in probably 5 years.
Talk about that. Where is it going to be located?
It's going to be at the New Bay High and Fine Arts Center right there.
Love that place.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Great facility.
The hotel is the Indigo. So downtown. Yeah.
The new one.
Really, really nice. So that's where they're going to have the weigh-ins on Friday. That's when the athlete check-ins will be. They'll come in and talk a little bit more about that and the logistics and everything. And then Saturday morning at 8, I believe, maybe 9, but I think the gates open at 8. You can come in and see the morning show. The morning show is actually where the judging's done, so they'll actually judge who's going to win.
Is it male and female now?
Yeah, so you got bikini, you got figure, you got
Wildcat, calm down.
Wellness, and then on the men's side, you got men's physique, you got classic physique, which is more like 90s bodybuilding, what people wanted to look like instead of what they look like today. Yeah. And then you got open bodybuilding, which are your mass monsters. So,
are people... Or did they have some competitions where you can't have
enhancements?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Steroids.
As a matter of fact, there was just a big show over in Pensacola on Saturday, put on by Sly. It's the OCB, and we're really close with Jenny that does the OCB shows around here. They do drug testing. They do a polygraph test before the show. So
wow,
they're all natural, and they take it very seriously. So
you remember back when Arnold and they were doing it?
Yeah,
those guys were unbelievably big.
Yeah.
Do they get that big? To me, it's almost impossible to get that big if you're not on steroids. That's just me.
Absolutely. It's 100% impossible to get that big and lean. That's the main thing, because when you're cutting calories to maintain that type of muscle, there's no way to get that way with enhancement. I could say this, well, I shouldn't. It might blow me up. Professional athletes use something too, so you can't get that big that long and push that much energy and maintain that much muscle.
And do it for that long.
For 85 games or 16 games, and the recovery is really what the benefit is. And I think at some point, and I don't mean things that are going to kill them, the enhancements are important, because when you're beating your body up that fast, and it's more about the recovery than it is being some big, huge, monster. So, but you see how fast and big these athletes have gotten. It's just impossible to do it.
That's what I don't like Wildcat putting himself down, because he wants that look, that Arnold look, and he hadn't got it yet. But he's so much better than what he was at. It's incredible.
I was going to ask.
I think the steroids you don't need to take.
No, I was going to ask Jason if they had a class for old fat farts.
We actually, our nutritionist will sit down and talk to you and kind of lead you in the right direction. Even if you have some ailments, we got a lot of people that maybe have diabetes, or they're maybe have some type of sickness that they're trying to put on weight. So it's a really good tool to sit down with somebody that's been there and done that, seen the different body types, and just kind of get on a regiment and start to learn. Because once you've learned that, you can apply it any time in your life. But I will say this about the steroid stuff: young guys absolutely do not need that stuff. I mean, they have optimal hormone levels. The reason older guys take it is because as we get older, they start to decline. They quit producing, hormones and stuff like that. So these young kids have optimal hormones. It's the food that is the most important thing. If you nail your diet, you're going to grow muscle. You're going to be lean. You're going to be fast, twitchy. So learn food at this age, 15,
National
16, 17.
Eat Your Vegetables
Yes,
Day.
absolutely.
There you go.
Yes, eat your vegetables. And I tell you what, that's a beautiful facility at Bay High School. They did a great job. That Lorline Layton's dance recitals were there. The last couple have been there.
Yeah.
And they do a great job over there at Bay
So I
High
know
School.
that they're expecting about 85 competitors, so that's about...
Dang, that's big.
That's a big show.
I guess they're all coming in here to Bay County. They're staying in hotels. They're spending money. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this.
Really good people.
I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I know there's no way that could happen. I had a guy that we played college ball together. We all went through 4 or 5 years lifting weights. I mean, hard, winter workouts, all this stuff. And you can only get so big. We were eating as much as you could eat, steaks all the time. That's back when we had dorms. We had our own football dorm. We had our own cafeteria. And it was all you can eat, So a couple years later, I see him, and he came, and his arms are so big, his back, his chest, and thigh. I'm like, and he swears, no, I'm not. Real aggressive. No, I'm not. I'm not on him. I'm not on him. I'm like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
You're a liar. You're on him.
Most likely. I mean, there's other types of things that can enhance muscle growth that aren't, considered steroids. But, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff out there nowadays. I mean, the scientists are going to always be ahead of, the people trying to catch them. But I will say, usually you don't outgrow your body unnaturally. I mean, you have certain genetics. So if you were a certain way up till 25 and then all of a sudden now you're huge, a growth spurt's one thing. That's your body, just your bones growing. But if you're growing abnormally big muscles at 40 years old, then you might be taking something.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that at this age. If you're having depleted hormones and you're 40, 45 and you have a low self-esteem, low mental, drive and stuff, and low sex drive, I mean, there's side effects with low testosterone. Go get your blood work done, because there's people out there that can help you with that.
There you go. You heard it right here. And anything else you want to... You got a son and daughter involved in sports. You want to get them a little bit bigger, stronger, give them an advantage. Go down, see, and spend some time with Jason Kowaleski. 2 great locations. Tell everybody where those locations are.
We're on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. We got our InBody 570 and free sample bar at both locations, and we're also in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods. Now,
yesterday in the World Series of college baseball, Arkansas take care of business. They beat Murray State 3-0.
Good game.
So I think the Cinderella story's over, correct? They're out?
Yep, they're out.
Now, what I don't like is LSU is going to play UCLA today. They got postponed last night. They're going to try and play Arkansas And the problem, if they beat UCLA, which I think they will, I hope they do. If they don't, they're done. If they beat LSU, they got to turn and play Arkansas again at 6 o'clock our time.
That's a winner's bracket game. I think if they lose, they got to turn around and play Arkansas, but I'm not sure. I know that's a winner's bracket game between UCLA and LSU.
Oh, well, wait a minute. You might be right about that.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Is UCLA lost? LSU lost one.
They beat Arkansas in the first game. This is the second game.
UCLA, that's right. You're right.
UCLA, I think, beat Murray State.
You're right. I apologize. So the loser of that game
will probably play Arkansas.
They will play Arkansas. So they're going to play. The losers got to play 2 games.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking that was a loser bracket.
I hated that Arkansas and LSU played each other the first game because I think they're the 2 best teams in there. And this is what we've talked about re-ranking the teams after they get to each level, because now you have the 2 best teams in the same side of the bracket playing the first game. So
you're right. You're exactly right, because you're right. LSU did beat Arkansas first game.
LSU looks good, though. I'll say that.
They did, and they got postponed last night. Boy, they showed the weather. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I think they were up 5-3.
I guess there's a time limit. They say, hey, we're not going to start the game past this time.
I think it was like 11 o'clock. I stayed up a little bit just to see it, and it got late.
I went to bed about 10. Yeah, I couldn't stand up and watch it. But I got some games to watch today. The first one is going to be 1 o'clock. I believe it's 1 o'clock our time. Right?
Watch out for Coastal Carolina, man. They are smoking hot.
I don't know what time it's going to be played today. I said 1. I'm not sure. I know the first.
I think the UCLA and LSU start at 11.
11 o'clock, okay. 11 o'clock our time, right? Or 10?
I think 11 our time.
I think 11 o'clock our time, and then the night game starts 6 o'clock our time.
I think there's 3 games today. They're going to finish the one from last night, and then they have an early game, and then they have a late game. So I think 11, 1, and like 6. But let me look it up.
No, look it up, because I thought it was LSU and UCLA early, and then the other game would be Arkansas playing the loser of that game.
That might be the case.
Which is 6 o'clock our time. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then we go on to the next day. Anyway, I tell you what, the Jello shots, I have that somewhere.
So there is 3 games today.
There is 3. Who's the third one?
Oregon State Louisville plays at 1.
I don't have. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the SEC website. They don't have that. They don't have the. They just have the SEC teams.
So you're going to have LSU, UCLA. I think they finished 3 innings. It was 5-3 LSU at 11. Then you're going to have Oregon State Louisville at 1, and then Arkansas is going to play the loser of the LSU UCLA game at 6.
Now, if Louisville loses, they're out, right?
Yeah, that's an elimination game.
And if Oregon State loses,
they're out.
They're out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we got it right now. Come and listen to us. You will get half of it right. The other half you will not. And Dr. Ward just sent me this. It's at 10 o'clock our time, 1 o'clock, and 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Ward.
Yep. He's the smartest.
So 1 o'clock's got to be UCLA, LSU. 1 o'clock's got to be Oregon
State and Louisville.
And then at 6 o'clock,
Arkansas and the
loser plays Arkansas, LSU, UCLA loser plays that. So we got it now. We got it. Hey, it might take us a couple days. We might be behind. The game might already be played, but we'll get it right. If not, we'll make it up as we go. All right, let's take a break. We get back. We got asked Coach. I asked Nick to come back on. He's South Walton baseball coach over there.
Oh yeah.
Want to know what's going on there with their baseball program? He lost some great ball players. Is it going to dry up, or will it continue to run like they've been doing, playing for state championships? And I want to ask him about his son. He's got a chance to be drafted pretty high. And when you're drafted pretty high, you say goodbye to that college game.
Is that the third baseman?
We'll ask Coach. He can play about anything.
Yeah.
He takes a lot after his mother.
Well, I mean, the kid that played third base that we watched out there at the public sports park, that kid's a top 15, top 20 type talent.
Yeah, no doubt about that. A couple things we've been asking you to do. GoFundMe.com. Look up, what's your name? John Smitty, Smiddy.
I think that's my name.
And give whatever you can. We certainly appreciate it. He's going to need some help. His family's going to be spending some time over in Jacksonville, and we would certainly appreciate whatever you can do. We really love you to do that. Smitty, you feeling good today, don't you? You look good.
I don't feel as good today as I did yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was having fun.
Yeah, well,
Today.
Hey, you are what you hang around. Jason's here.
Throw something at him, Jason.
Anyway, we'll have fun here in a minute. We're having fun. I'm just tired, man.
That's what it is.
It's that heat, walking in that heat.
and humidity.
Did you not take your Somatomax last night?
No.
See?
I didn't.
There you go.
Yeah,
So he
I don't
didn't
want to do
get
it every
no
night.
sleep,
right?
No, actually, I slept okay. I'm just tired. I'm just
You should take that during the week and then not take it on the weekend.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That
That's
sounds
the plan.
good. I should walk maybe during the weekend and not during the week. Maybe
Well,
that-
the weekend, you don't have to get up and do the show, so you get to
Right.
sleep in a little bit more if you miss a couple hours at night.
Check it out. I think you'll love it. Get a Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Now, if you're looking for a new bike, go to Steve's Bike Shop. I tell you, he does a great job. The swim coach over at Moe's, he's incredible. But his store, they've been serving Bay County since 1979, so I think they know what they're doing. They got the old-fashioned bikes. They got a great selection of that. They repair them. But the electrical bikes are taking over the world. Make sure you're wearing a helmet. If you want a great electrical bike, go to Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. And also, they repair them. They do it. They buy them. They repair them. They give you great deals. Steve's Bike Shop, number one. Not even close. I tell you what, don't buy a cheap bike because all you're going to do is worry about getting the tires pumped up, and you never can keep them pumped up. That's the reason we go to Steve's Bike Shop, number one. Not even close. Also, don't forget Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Love Steve. Love Pat Perno. His city commission does an incredible job over there. But his restaurant, go watch all these games at Beef O'Brady's. You're going to get a great meal. You're going to get treated like family. And I tell you what, they got TVs everywhere. Beef O'Brady's, here's the key word, Lynn Haven. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. When you're out that way, let's go see Russ and Amber. Let's go get some great
Go to
jewelry.
David Adamson Designer Jewelry. They've got a whole new display of their summer estate sale, or I guess, it's a summer estate sale out there. Have them inspect your jewelry and get a free cleaning. Don't forget that gold is at an all-time high. If you'd like to sell your gold, they're going to give you the biggest dollar for it at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Let's head out to South Walton. Let's see if we get Nick on the phone when we get back. He listens to 104.3 ESPN Northwest for the home of the Atlanta Braves. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey, and thank you for nominating the Inside Drive on the 2025 Best of Bay. To vote for the Inside Drive as the best radio show in Bay County, go to ESPNPC.com and click Best of Bay. And remember, for a brighter future, vote the Inside Drive in 2025. This message funded by ESPN Northwest Florida and the Committee to Elect the Inside Drive.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 80. Tomorrow, variety of some sun and possible thunderstorms and a temperature near 86. Moving into Thursday, the same with a high of 86 and likely thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting is a fifth-generation contracting company based right here out of Bay County. TK Vandy's expertise in commercial and residential roofing, as well as a design-build general contractor, set them aside as a versatile and fresh alternative to achieve your construction needs. Contact TK Vandy Roofing, 850-866-9908, or email support@tkvandy.com. They can't wait to help you.
Celebrate Independence Day with savings that make a difference at the Humane Society's Thrift and Gift Store. June 28th through July 5th. Enjoy up to 60% off all furniture, 40% off all home decor, 50% off select electronics, and more. Every deal helps the rebuild of Bay County's only no-kill shelter. So when you shop, you're giving back. Shop smart and support a great cause. Only at the Humane Society's Thrift and Gift Store, where secondhand shopping saves lives.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening today. Appreciate you. Drive careful. And keep it right here all day long on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Give us a call today, 215-6290.
Speaking of driving, on this date in history in 1994, 90-minute car chase was on every single network in the United States as they chased.
Glove doesn't fit.
No, they
must have quit. Must have quit, man.
O.J. Simpson.
It's like me. The glove didn't fit. They must have quit. That ain't funny. Why are you laughing? You'll never know. You never know. You will never know. I tell you what, that bacon was crispy every day after that. Anyway, let's bring him on right now. South Walton's head baseball coach. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Coach. Good morning. Doing all right. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great. What's your summer been like? Have you had any time to rest? Or are you back at it? Give us a little rundown on what's going on over there in South Walton baseball.
I've got to go fishing 2 times total this summer. The rest of the time's been all baseball, but I got to go off Grayton Beach on an awesome snapper fishing trip with a good coach friend of mine, Coach Kyle Ogle. And just this last week on Father's Day, went out and rounded up some Chattahoochee Bay mullet, had a fish fry Sunday, had my dad over, had my father-in-law. We had a good time. So got to do a little bit of fishing, but the rest of the time it's been baseball, like you said. We're wide open over here with the Borthwick House. I've been in Atlanta for 6 days with Coleman. I go with Coleman. This is his last summer of doing travel ball, and this is heavily scouted events, what he's doing. So we went to Atlanta to the Prep Baseball MPI, had a great showing there. And then we went from Atlanta, we jumped over to Cary, North Carolina, to the Team USA headquarters, team championships. There's about 18 to 20 of the best 17-year-old teams in the nation. The talent is loaded. There's pro scouts swarming. Coleman had another outstanding showing there. So he's home for a little bit. We've got a little high school ball this week. Yesterday we had a camp there at South Walton, FCA baseball camp. It was great. We had Niceville come over in George County, Mississippi, and we did a 3-team kind of round-robin tournament, had a guest speaker, and fed the boys lunch. It was really good. Today, if the rain holds off, we're supposed to match up with Bozeman. Bozeman's coming over today.
Nice.
And George County. So we've got high school workouts going on, high school summer games going on, and we're in and out of town a little bit. So I've got great assistants to help run the program if I'm out for a little bit.
Speaking of assistants, is Brandon Emanuel one of your assistants?
Absolutely. Coach Emanuel has been such a blessing to our program. We talk about, I get a lot of credit for our success over here. And, I mean, this is 20 years in trying to build this program, but you're only as good as your assistants and your players.
Right.
And, Coach Emanuel is a Mosley grad, former professional pitcher, and he's been outstanding for our young men. But absolutely, Coach, I think Coach Emanuel's in Greece right now. He went on a family vacation, but we're excited when he gets back. He'll get back to working with all the guys.
We grew up together.
Good.
He was one of my closest friends. We played baseball from the time we were probably 10 to 15. We probably finished second in the state every year. Really brutal losses over there to Pensacola. But one of my closest friends, I didn't know he was even in town. I haven't seen him in about 7-8 years. So if you do see him, just tell him Jason Kovaleski, tell him hello from Max Fit. And I'd like to get over there and see you guys because I haven't seen him in 10 years. He's a great guy and really was a really good baseball player. We had a lot of good players on that team.
Yeah, he talked a lot about the talent growing up. During that time, I think, we have Mosley and Bay High, and he talked a lot about his dad.
Yeah.
Senior Coach Emanuel, who was an outstanding coach in Bay County. I think he coached at Rutherford some, and I believe at Moet Middle School. But a lot of people who know his father brag about, that family and just the strong character men they are. And Coach Emanuel definitely personifies that.
Absolutely.
So glad to have him. It's so good to have coaches that will work with the young player. Everybody wants to work with talent, but Coach Emanuel worked with these youngsters coming in. Some of these kids don't even know how to grip the ball right, and we teach them fundamentals, and he just loves giving back. It's so refreshing to have coaches who want to give back and not looking for anything in return besides just, hey, knowing I helped this young man be a better baseball player or find a passion for it. That's sweet.
That's awesome.
Having those kind of guys, special time.
I want you to talk about, if you won't mind, talk about your son. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think he?
Well, I always try to kind of deflect attention off of him as a head coach. I put the team first, but I am tough on Coleman, and he knows. I ever since we've started playing, he's been just a premium talent. and a leader on and off the field. But I hold, he has high expectations for all that. But with all the competition we've played over the years, he's really developed into kind of like a nationally known player. He's highly ranked. He's big and physical, but he's also athletic. It's a rare combination. He's 6'6", 255 pounds. I like to see him down around 245, but he's a power pitcher on the mound, right-hander. He's always thrown hard, but that hasn't been our main focus. We want to teach him pitchability and development of being a pitcher. There's a lot of guys out there that throw in the 90s and throw hard, but he can really locate his four-seam fastball up and spot it, two-seam sinker down. He's got a great slider. It's been his out pitch for years, and a changeup. And he only threw 30 innings this year in high school. We didn't overuse him. One reason, I was loaded with arms, and we didn't need to overpitch him. But he's got a big summer ahead of him. So he threw up in Cary this last week, and he threw in Atlanta. And every time he throws, there's a buzz. Because he's coming at you. He doesn't mess around. He's got a high strike percentage. He's in the 70% range. But he can run his fastball up to 95, 96, 97 miles an hour, and then hit you with a slider at 86, 87. He's developing his changeup. It's pretty awesome on the mound.
Yeah.
In the field, he's always kind of been a third baseman. But, growing up, I think one of the biggest things I try to encourage young parents of players and young coaches is to move these guys around in multiple positions. Coleman can play anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
He's a third baseman, but he plays obviously first base with his size. But I had him catch him when he was younger, playing middle infield, playing outfield. He loves it. He loves playing all the positions. And that, the biggest thing getting to the next level is you want to be able to get on the field. If you can hit, as a hitter, you can get on the field somewhere if you can play defense in any given position. And that's kind of like what I tell all of these young players coming in. Be multi-talented in multiple defensive positions. But Coleman's a great defender, and he's got some pop. The scouts want to see him develop his power. He's always been a high average hitter. He's one of the leading hitters in the state. I think he's around 470 batting average this year, and that's with everybody knowing who he was.
Wow.
They were dodging him. Every time he stepped in the box, they got a plan to get him out. And he made him pay quite a bit. He had 3 grand slams this year, a couple 3-run homers. He hit a big grand slam against IMG, and hit a walk-off 3-run homer in the regional final to send us to state. And sometimes I think people say, "Hey, we want to challenge him and get him out." He can definitely make you pay if you do that.
Do you think most of his attention or draw is going to be as a pitcher on the next level? Because one thing I've been super impressed with him and even Cooper is the ability to hit and play in the field, because that's kind of a rare combination when you get to this level and that specialty of trying to figure out where you're going to be on that next level.
I'll tell you a little secret. Coleman wants to play every day.
Yeah.
The pro scouts see him as a frontline pitcher. I had the Rocky scout grab me and Cary the other day. They've been to South Walton. These pro scouts were circling around Charlie Wilcox. This year we had a big arm, and when we faced Arnold, if Cooper or Eli were pitching, they were there to see them. But we have another young man named Denton Lord that's being highly touted as well. But the pro scouts see frontline pitcher like a big arm. I've always kind of comped Coleman to a Roger Clemens, but they see just a power arm physical. They like him, being a frontline starter, which is very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But Coleman knows he can hit. He believes he can hit, and he knows he can play every day. So we got a big decision to make with that, because I'm pretty sure if he gets drafted this next spring, it's going to be to pitch, and who knows how high that could go. I think some of the events he has coming up are going to be like the telltale, but obviously they're intrigued by the bat.
Yeah.
They comp him to John Lackey on the mound, and they comp him to Austin Riley at third base, and they're very intrigued by the bat and the power potential, especially with guys like Aaron Judge and big physical hitters right now being very successful. But, those are dreams and hopes, I usually keep all that under my hat, but since you asked, I thought it was a good time to share it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Hold your thoughts right there. Do you mind if we hold you over just for a little bit? We won't keep you the whole time, just for a little bit.
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine, Coach. No problem.
All right, don't hang up. Let's talk about some of the great people we have. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. They got the best happy hour in the Panhandle. Go check it out. You buy one, you get one free. We're talking about draft beer, house wine, margaritas. Yeah, margaritas. The best Mexican food, the great atmosphere, huge facility right here on Navy Drive, right across the street from the Navy base on Navy Drive. I'm sorry, I'm used to calling it
Navy
Thomas.
Boulevard.
Thomas Drive. Anyway. Great place to have birthday parties every Thursday night, karaoke. They got some great talent that comes there and sings. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Don't forget they have a new one on Front Beach, 10908 Front Beach Road. Park in the back. Also, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Love it. Black beans quesadillas is special today. They got the best seafood you'll get anywhere. They also have steaks, burgers, pork chops, you name it. Daily specials. The legendary J. Michael's. Go check it out. You'll love it. I'm telling you right now, the guy's incredible. The legendary J. Michael's. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see Dr. Ward. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. He's going to tell us all about Nebraska, Omaha, World Series. We'll be right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Celebrating 2 years of broadcasting history.
I told you this would work.
It's the Best of Bay awarded Inside Drive on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Weekdays 11 to 1 with Ryan Mulvey.
I love it.
Covering the biggest stories, breaking news, the latest trades, and taking your calls. The Inside Drive is live and local middays from the Gulf Plus studios.
Happy anniversary.
Becky was on roids.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Visit the newly remodeled Mid-South Lumber Hardware and Feed Store in Youngstown. They have a full line of plumbing, electrical, hardware, and tools for your DIY home projects, as well as lumber and animal feed. Now offering not only baby chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
Looking for a portable building? See Best Way Portable Buildings. They have a variety of sizes to choose from and price ranges to fit your budget. Special reminder, mark your calendars for June 28th and 29th from 9 to 3. It's a multi-family yard sale at Best Way Portable Buildings. The best in portable, period. Just north of the Old Mall, Highway 231 in Panama City. And online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. A Golden Age builder.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Wildcat, you want to ask that question now, or do you want to ask Nick? Ask Nick that question.
And this is baseball related.
Yeah, ask Nick. He'll know it.
Coach,
Go ahead, Wildcat.
Okay, Coach Borthwick. How long was the fastest National League baseball game? The fastest National League baseball game in the year 1919.
What year?
1919. 9-inning game. Let's say 1 hour and 4 minutes.
I got to do the math. You making me 51 minutes. Oh, no, it says shorter
64
than...
minutes.
It's so how could you...
We got a winner. We got a winner.
Google's your friend.
What are you giving him? You got to give him something now. He won.
Okay, I'm going to give him... you had Coach's T-shirt. One is wearing right now.
Can't wait to wear it.
You give
I'll
him a
wear it
12-pack of
while I'm
Buffalo
fishing,
Rock.
Coach.
Yeah,
I'll wear your T-shirt
you get
when I
mine?
go fishing.
Give him a Buffalo Rock product or something. He can come get it. You mail it to him.
We do have our summer T-shirts on.
There you go.
ESPN summer T-shirts on.
All right, I got to ask you this. I held you over for really two questions. I'm going to start with the World Series, College World Series. Oregon State, Louisville. Who should we put our money on today? What do you think?
Coach, I watched Oregon State against Florida State. They are very impressive at home. I was totally impressed by the way they played, their offense and their pitching. If they throw that lefty, I'm not sure if they spin him yet. I'm going Oregon State, 100%. I watched what they did to Florida State. It was impressive. And you got to ask me a question about Coastal Carolina at some point.
Yeah.
I will. All right. UCLA. LSU.
LSU.
Go Tigers. All right. And then later today, it'll be Arkansas, UCLA, right?
That's right.
And you got Arkansas?
UCLA is sneaky good. They're physical, but Arkansas's pitcher with that no-hitter yesterday, what an impressive outing. You know, he was pitching on pure guts. Their season was on the line. Their back was to the wall. And what he did, I'm pretty sure inspired and motivated his team to rally. So I'm going with Arkansas, the way they responded.
Now, Coastal Carolina took care of my Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles, which upset me. And then they let the Miami get away from them. What do you think, Coastal Carolina? They going to win it all?
I got Coastal winning it all. Something about them. I watched them in the Auburn Regional as well. Now, we were up there. We didn't get to go to the Supers because we were in Atlanta that weekend, but we watched the games, and we had lunch a couple of days ago with Auburn's pitching coach, and he's still sick because Coastal knocked them out. Auburn had their best team in years and thought they had a great chance, and Coastal's just hot. I don't know how many.
25 in a row, I think. I think it's 25 straight.
They're number 2 in the nation in ERA, too.
Yeah.
It's tough to sustain that. Trust me, I know, but that they are really impressive, and they're playing on house money. They're from the Sun Belt. I'm going for Coastal Carolina. They've recruited a couple friends of mine, kids that we know here recently, and they got a great program. They're in the Sun Belt with Troy, I believe, and they just an awesome mid-major program. I mean, you look and see the resources they have compared to the SEC is. They're playing above their heads for sure.
Talking about resources, what about Auburn's facilities in baseball? I think that's beautiful up there. Talk about that. Talk about that. The
last 2 or 3 years, Coach, they have made major upgrades to all their athletic facilities. I'm pretty sure that the fella there in Dothan is Yellowwood, the lumber company. They pour a bunch of money into their athletics. But no, Butch Thompson and his staff has done outstanding. Facility upgrades. They put in a whole new wing down the first base side with press boxes in like a big store, like for concession store. We went there for the regionals. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these Circle K convenience stores where you go get all your stuff and then you check yourself out.
Yeah. And
it's got that. But behind home plate, they put in grandstand seating, big chairs, big backs. The Auburn alumni love it. And then big press boxes. On top of the left field wall, they've got a nice student section, kind of general admission seating up top above the wall. It's just a great atmosphere. They're on the upswing. I feel very confident in Coleman going there and being coached by those men. They're great men, great coaching staff, great support in the program, and their baseball is definitely on the upswing. A couple years ago, they were struggling after they had a bunch of injuries. And 3 or 4 years ago, they were in the College World Series. They drafted 6 or 7 pitchers and then had some pitchers go down and had kind of been struggling, rebounding from that. But they got an awesome young group right now. They started 4 freshmen this year. That's hopeful for young players going in there if you're ready to compete. But if you're going into the SEC, as a recruit, you better be strong, physical, mature, and ready to battle with grown men to get playing time, and they had some really good freshmen step up and do that this year.
I just wonder what those booster pays for those behind the plate, though. And those are nice. They look like they're leather chairs. I don't know. It looks really cool. I hadn't seen that before, and that's kind of like the luxury box of college football. Auburn knows what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
And I wonder what they pay. That's got to be some big money right there.
Yeah, that's interesting to see how they the boosters are pouring into that program. They've got some money up there to take care of their facilities and their players, and it's interesting how this new legislation just passed about 8 days ago, how that's going to play out.
All right, here's the real question. You lost some good players. I thought your son was a senior.
Coleman's class 26. He's senior next year.
Wow. Dang. I didn't know that. That's crazy. All right. So that kind of answers my next question. So South Walton baseball is not going away. I think you guys are going to be pretty good again, right? I mean.
Coach, I've got two seniors that throw 97 miles an hour. We'll be okay. Find somebody to catch them.
They're saying there's a chance.
We've been developing, like y'all mentioned with Coach Emmanuel and all my pitching staff. I've got just great development going on. Even this week we're working with these young arms. It's all about that guy on the mound, for us, and then manufacturing runs. But I've got a great group of young talent, sophomores and juniors that'll be here. And obviously, Coleman's class, people, look at the current status of our program and see all the success and the new field. But little do they know, when these boys were 7 and 8 years old, I was coaching them on the weekends and training them like I train my high school guys, So for, 8-9 years, I've been coaching this group, and a couple of these young men have been with me for a long time. So I've got a lot of pride in our success because I've kind of brought them along, and we've had some fruits of our labors, come back, and you pour into these kids. Everybody wants to win right now, but they don't know. Eight years ago, I was grinding it out with them on the weekends and coaching them up during the week. Like I coach high school kids, and that's we hope to be back and have another shot to win it. So it's heartbreaking we didn't pull it off this year. We're right there. In the end, I'm proud of our efforts, but we want to come back and win it next year. And I know Coleman's here to lead the team.
With a school of choice, it looks like everybody want to come play baseball over there at South Walton. All the success you guys have had.
Yeah, Coach. If you have aspirations to get to the next level, and you're serious about being developed, and we've got the facility, we've got the coaches in place, we've got the players in place, we've got pro scouts, college scouts buzzing around the stadium. It's an awesome atmosphere. It's just a special time in our program because it's kind of unique to have this amount of talent and keep kind of reloading.
It's hard.
It's kind of what's going on. It's tough to do, but it's been a great run. We hope to sustain it and be as good as long as we can.
Can you talk a little bit about the setup of how the playoffs are constructed? It seems like they play 2 out of 3 in the regionals, but when you get to the Final Four, which to me is where they should be playing 2 out of 3, where
they changed it again.
Yeah,
everything's changed.
Yeah, they did.
And then it's single elimination there. I'm not really sure that's the best setup. Do you guys have any input on that, or is there any talks about changing that?
Yeah, we had an email go out questionnaire, but we know the FHA guys because we had some issues down there in the finals this year. But we obviously we like the 2 out of 3. I always do. I think in the series, so many of the series went to 3 games. If you look across the board, I think Bozeman went to 3 games 3 times every round of the regionals and went to Jacksonville 3 times, which is very impressive that they had that resilience.
Right.
I think some of the complaints of them changing it back, they changed back to the regional quarters. The first round is a one and done. And then the regional semis and the regional finals is 2 out of 3. And then you go back to Fort Myers and it's one and done.
Yeah.
And I've always expressed that passion that make it 2 out of 3 like these other states. I think up in Alabama they use Jacksonville State, and then up in Oxford and Choccolocco Park, I believe the name of it. But I proposed a couple different things, and they keep getting shot down. I don't know why they have to host it in Fort Myers, but it is what it is. We got to do the best with what we have, and I'm in the end, we got to play by those by those regulations that they've set forth. But we definitely can express our feelings with Robbie Lindeman, FHSA, and then we can go to the coaches convention in December, the FACA.
Well, Coach,
led by Mr. Shelton Cruz.
Thank you so much for coming on. I know you're busy,
absolutely.
and anything we can do for you, let us know. Just give us a call. But thank you for spending time with us more. Appreciate it.
Yep, Coach. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, buddy. Have a good summer. Thank you, sir. Get out there and have a great time. We got 4 great locations. Newbie 2 on the curve. Go watch all the College World Series there. Head on out to the mothership. Have a great time. Charlotte's going to have the best bands in the Southeast. Best entertainment all summer long. Go check out one of the 4 newbies. Have a great time. They're always giving back to the community. Go support John and Charlotte. They are incredible people. Love them. Great people. Get out to newbies. Also, don't forget about the legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell. God, 26 years. I can't believe it's been that long. 26 years on the Bay County sidelines. And you can listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida, the legendary Chad Mitchell. Stevenson Air Conditioning, we don't care about the heat here. We don't care about our houses. We got Stevenson Air Conditioning. If you're having a hard time getting the house cooled off, don't let your power bill go through the roof. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll come out and solve all issues. They are incredible. Locals taking care of locals. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. That's Jason, his company. It's incredible. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number 1. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
After picking up series wins against the Brewers and the Rockies, the Atlanta Braves look to keep the momentum going versus the division-leading New York Mets.
Swing and a ball belted left field. Beck got a late jump, tracing it to the wall. It's gone! 3-run home run to the Braves and their first lead of the night.
Tonight, we'll have live coverage from Truist Park coming up at 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 80. Tomorrow, variety of some sun and possible thunderstorms and a temperature near 86. Moving into Thursday, the same with a high of 86 and likely thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your spot for exciting college baseball and the best boiled seafood around is Lone Star Boil House. Watch the College Baseball National Championship Tournament and the College World Series on their huge Jumbotron. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Shrimp, red royals, and everything crab. Follow Lone Star Boil House on Facebook for amazing food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Hi, folks. It's Tracy with Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Coin and Bullion Reserves. Did you know that we do more than just sell some of the finest jewelry in town? We can engrave on your wedding band, locket, Yeti cup, or almost anything. Need your watch battery changed? We can do that too. Our expert will even evaluate your coin collection. And of course, we always pay top dollar for your old gold and silver jewelry. See, there's a lot more to Tracy's Fine Jewelry than a lot of pretty sparkly things. Come and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, if you're looking for a new roof today, there's only one place to look. That is TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design, they build commercial real estate. They do an incredible job. Kyle Vandy Roof, the guy's incredible. The legendary family around here. Yeah. Maybe get his daddy to come on one day with him. Yeah, hopefully sure. Kyle will be here Friday. But you're looking for a roof, there's no other better place. Again, a local company. That is Vandy Roofing. Also, Turpro Pest Control. You want that yard to look absolutely beautiful. Patrick's the guy. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida around 8:30. Patrick does a great job. You got these insects getting in your house. Also, they take care of that. Turpro Pest Control, number 1. All right, we've got 5 teams that could be sleepers for the national championship in 2025. Let's look into that. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. We all think that it's going to be Ohio State, Texas in 2025. Then I'd say the next level, most people will say, look out for Georgia, like always. Penn State, Oregon's getting a lot of love, Notre Dame, and people are even mentioning Alabama. I got to see it to believe it with Bama. But here are your sleepers. Let's go down them and look at them and see if we agree or not. Yeah, I think we can put this group in there. If you hear all the talk, they're 20-1 to win the national championship. Their head football coach says that this is the best roster he's had there. It's Brian Kelly. It's the LSU Fighting Tigers. They're in the SEC. They're at LSU, the last 3 head coaches have won national championships, one of the elite jobs in all of college football. He says, again, this is the best roster LSU's had since he's been there. Week 1 games have been a problem for him. He hasn't won one yet. They got great transfer players. They got the kid, defensive lineman Payton from FSU.
Yep.
They got a kid from Florida that's really good. The quarterback's good. They got good receivers. The schedule is in the SEC, so you know it's tough, but it's not like, I don't think it's like
it's not
Florida schedule. Yeah, I don't think it's like that. Yeah. They're at Alabama. That's probably one of their toughest games. That's a huge game for them. They're at Ole Miss. I believe they're at Ole Miss also. Is LSU a sleeper to win the national championship, in your opinion, in 2025, Mr. Jason Kovaleski?
I don't even think they're a sleeper. I think they're a legitimate shot. I mean, it's going to be dependent on how well the quarterback plays, but, you know, they got talent everywhere. They do have to fix that defense. So if they can fix the defense, they got plenty of offense, and it's all about how well the quarterback plays. But I think they're a legitimate contender.
I'm not worried about the quarterback. I think they're pretty good. Wildcat, is LSU a contender for the national championship? I think they are.
Yeah, I like LSU. You know I like LSU. I picked them yesterday, the day before.
You sure did.
Yep.
You sure did. So, all right, we agree. LSU is a sleeper to keep an eye on. If he doesn't do it this year.
I was going to say that, but I didn't. We keep beating that dead horse, but maybe he should just be a little quiet.
I know. I don't,
You know, play on the field, do the talking.
Maybe he wants the buyout. Maybe I don't know. It's time to retire. Just give me my money.
He's feeling a little pressure from the boosters, and he's trying to give them some, you know, positive reinforcement.
You think I'm kidding? Think about it. There are a lot of guys right now who would rather be coaching NFL because everything's going on. You give somebody $60, $70 million, I don't know, maybe it's $50 million. I'm not sure what it is.
Right.
Give me $50 million, let me go home. I'm 65 years old, whatever his age is, maybe 60, 68, whatever it is. Let me go enjoy life.
Why would you want to deal with all this right now? You know what I'm saying? You're in the midst of the storm, you know, all the changes going on in college football. The players have all the power. I mean,
if you got a big-time contract 2 years ago, you're in good shape.
I don't think, you know, I don't think Jimbo Fisher's crying in his Wheaties every morning. I think
he's smart.
He's on a boat in Destin, living it up.
All right, the next team, and I definitely believe that they're a contender. They're a sleeper. The quarterback's back. They got a coach that's won multiple national championships. Talent everywhere. They got talented wide receivers.
Weak conference.
Defensive line. They got some players. They got Woods. They got Parker. Defensive line. They're going to be drafted. They're going to be high draft picks.
Yeah.
Offensive line solid. We're talking about the Clemson Tigers. They've got a good ball club. They're 13-1 to win a national championship. Would you put any money on that? 13-1?
I would, as a Clemson fan. I mean, that's a good value. You got LSU to kick off the season. If you win that one, then go into ACC play. Well, what's stopping you from at least being in? You know, you should be a top 8 seed at that point. Klubnik's back. I mean, he played really well against Texas last year. Really kept him in that game, in the playoff game. So he's got some experience. I would put them in for sure. They're a definite contender this year. Now, do I think they're top 4? Do I think they're going to be, you know, like at Ohio State or Georgia or them? I got to see it to believe it on that. I just don't think their offensive firepower is just as good. But I do think they're very talented, and Dabo can coach.
Yeah,
say what you want about his, you know, NIL.
You made a good point, though. A lot easier path, week in, week out schedule.
For sure.
I think they're going to be in the playoffs. I think they're going to be pretty good.
When people realize that depth was so important last year, with as long as the season is, when you have an easier conference like that and you're able to maybe rest some guys here and there, that's a huge advantage.
We keep hearing, I do think Florida State's going to be a lot better. We keep hearing Miami's going to be. With the Miami talk, we say it every single year. And something happens.
Well, I think they were really good last year, but I do think they were going to be better this year. I think the offensive line is going to be fantastic.
How's Beck play?
That's going to be the key. Is Beck healthy, and is he Beck from last year where he threw for 3 interceptions and then had a great game, or is he going to be consistent this year and focused in Miami? That's going to be the biggest question.
At number 3, I disagree with this one. They're 22-1 to make the playoffs. I will say this. They own the state of Ohio. They own the state of Alabama. Last year, they beat Ohio State at Ohio State, the national champ powerhouse.
We
Buckeyes.
let them win that game.
At the Rose Bowl, not at the Rose Bowl, but yeah, at the Rose Bowl they beat us, and they beat us again down in Tampa.
Yeah.
We can't compete with Michigan. They own both these programs, no doubt. Their quarterback, we'll see. They got number one quarterback, 5-star. He's a freshman, though.
Yeah.
Underwood's a freshman, man. He is a talented player, but he's a freshman. We shall see. Defense should be good. But now you're starting to hear the Michigan fans start to I hear a little worry in their voice. Even the Michigan People's Caller, Michigan Eddie, I saw and heard something that I usually don't from him. He's not sure now.
Fear.
Yeah, I think there's a little fear in there. But it is a blue blood. There's no doubt about that. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're contender for the national championship. I say no on number 3. I say no.
I definitely think they're at least a year away. You know, Underwood's a huge pickup for them.
This year,
no,
right?
Not for me. I do think if they go 8-4, that's a great building year. Get Underwood some experience. We don't even know if he's going to start day one. They do have the Keene, I believe, they got from UNLV as a transfer quarterback. They just brought in Jake Garcia, I believe, as another depth piece. So, you know, they're going to have to figure out the quarterback spot. But they lost some huge pieces that made them really good at the end of last year, was Kenneth Graham and or Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant, which is the heart and soul of their defense. So to replace those guys, to replace Will Johnson, I think they're going to have some growing pains next year. We still don't know how good of a coach Moore really is. Last year they were 7-5. They had some good, stretches, but they also had some bad stretches. So there's a lot to figure out at Michigan. I just see them at least a year away, but they do have some talent on that roster. So they're going to beat a team or two that they probably shouldn't beat if Moore's as good as the coaches they expect them to be. But I don't see them as a contender this year.
Not this year. Too much going on.
Yeah.
Dan, now there's talk that their coach could be fired. Have you heard the latest about that? Not just suspended. That he's
a repeat offender, and he's got a level 1 violation, so that could really spell bad for him. At least there's at least a possibility he can get suspended for half the year, maybe the whole year.
All right, coming in at number 4, and I do kind of keep an eye on them. I think they're going to be good. I would definitely have them over Michigan. They're 25-1 to win the national championship. Last year they had a great season. The quarterback was outstanding, high draft pick. But they've got Simmons coming back. He played against Georgia, did a good job. I think he's a very talented player. Lane Kiffin does a great job with transfers, bringing in great player, bringing in great talent. They play hard for him. They just can't get over the hump. Seems like they cannot just get over the hump. They got LSU at home. They don't play Bama. Keep an eye on LSU. Can they win a national championship? I don't think they can win the national championship. Would I put them as a sleeper? They're on the bubble with me, but I think they got a shot to make the playoffs. Yeah, I'd put them in sleeper because I think they can make the playoffs.
I think you said it correctly. They're on the bubble. There's a couple games that are hugely important. If they win, the LSU game, I think the Florida game is going to be important for them. I believe they play Florida this year at home. But last year was one of their best teams in, Ole Miss history as far as talent when you looked at the defense and had Jackson Dart, and they still couldn't finish it out, and they got beat by Florida at Florida in a huge game. Sometimes Lane Kiffin just gets in his own way. He's a good coach, don't get me wrong, but going on 4th and down.
Analytics? 4th down, you're on 30 yards. Let's go for it.
Not kicking the field goal twice in that Florida game cost them 6 points, and that was really the difference in the game. So, I definitely think they're a bubble team. It could go either way. I think they're could be a sleeper, but that's one of those show me type teams.
Do you have time to do the last team? All right, the last team, and I say no. I say definitely not a contender. For whatever reason, they got Oklahoma mentioned in here. Oklahoma's 66-1. Yeah, they're going to be better. Yeah, the roster is better. They brought some good players in. They lost Arnold is at Auburn. And maybe that's what they wanted. I don't know. But they're supposed to be better. I keep hearing this. I got to see it to believe it. I think their coach is definitely on the hot seat. I think if he has a bad year, I think he'll be gone. He's a great defensive coach. Defensively, they should be good. They go to Bama. Alabama got embarrassed there last year. You'd think they would play better against Oklahoma at home this year.
They play Michigan out of the gate.
Yeah, if they got to win that. That's critical. They got to win that Michigan
for sure.
game. They got to win that game.
But they did bring Mateer in. They brought in the offensive coordinator. They can be better. I just don't see it overall for them to be a national championship contender.
Out of the blue, no. I'd say
it takes longer than 1 year to turn a team around like that.
Absolutely. Jason, talk about Max Fit Sports Nutrition, please.
Yeah, we got 2 locations, one on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. We have a lot of high school kids coming in, using our InBody, trying out, free samples. We do have a high school stack with our Complete Mass 600 with our K4 creatine and our Sport Formula multivitamin. It's 15% off for that stack if you want to get your kids, starting to get more calories in and building some size. We also have certified nutritionists on staff. We had a wrestler come in yesterday, sign up for a meal plan. We're going to help him kind of build muscle without getting out of his weight class. So we can, cater a diet based on what sport you're playing, based on your goals, or if mom, dad wants to come in, lose some extra weight, gain some muscle, we can do that for them as well. And we're also located in Pier Park North, right next to Dick's Sporting Goods on the north side.
Go check it out. You'll be glad you did. If you got a son, daughter involved in sports, if they're not there, then you're not doing justice for them. Go get the edge. Go see Jason Kovaleski at 2 locations. You want to get bigger, stronger, faster, that's where you can do it at right there. The healthy way, the right way, all natural. The guy is incredible. Also, don't forget about Stevenson Air. I'll talk about more of that in just a second. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. You listen to ESPN Northwest Florida. Alabama coming up. I'm going to have more in Oklahoma later, too.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 80. Tomorrow, variety of some sun and possible thunderstorms and a temperature near 86. Moving into Thursday, the same with a high of 86 and likely thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
GSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
For the A.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win.
Your spot for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. Listen live nights and weekends. This is Braves Country. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide. Roll. Alabama update brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason's crew. Yeah, you know what? He graduated from Moles. He started this business, family owned. They take so much pride in it. They're one of the most honest people you can deal with. They're incredible. They are the best. If you're having problems now getting that house cooled off, and most people are. But if you have Stevenson Air Conditioning, you don't have any problems. They are incredible. Our power bill
great business on top of being locals. That's one thing. I mean, I called them, had an issue with my thing. Instead of a week out, making an appointment, they were there within 24 hours, and I was back to being cool. And they saved me so much money. You think, oh my God, I got to pay this amount of money for a new unit, but when you look and your bill's $400 and then now it's $200. You're saving $200 a month.
You pay for itself over a period of time.
Within a year or two, it pays for itself. So you're getting a brand new unit. You're getting cooler air. It doesn't run all day long, and they're not going to sell you something you don't need.
There's people out there don't even get their air conditioning they don't get service. And you want to know why your power bill's crazy. You know why your house isn't getting cooled down. Go local. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Maybe you didn't buy a brand new unit for him. It doesn't matter. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll come out. They'll do an incredible job. I'll never forget being at J. Michael's and a guy stopped me and saying, hey, you know what? I listened to commercials. I used them. They got a new customer. And they had been dealing with somebody else, and they were upset. The same thing. They were like 2 or 3 days out before they would come. Stevenson was right there, and I can't say no good things about them. It's Stevenson Air Conditioning, number 1. Alabama Week 4 opponent is none other than Georgia and Kirby Smart. We're just talking about them off the air. Georgia, September 27th at Georgia on CBS, 6:30 primetime TV. Last year, that one's highly ranked, one of the highest ranked games all year. It was a great game. Bama jumped out on them pretty hard, and Georgia fought back and had the lead. Great game, great atmosphere, big win for Bama. They say this will be Alabama's probably toughest road game next year. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Georgia and head coach Kirby Smart have won 31. Let me say it again. Georgia and head football coach Kirby Smart have won 31 consecutive games at home. Georgia's last home loss came to the hands of who?
Alabama.
South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't believe that. I didn't know that either. In 2019, South Carolina goes into Athens and beats them. Last time they lost a home game.
Oh, I remember that. They threw a late interception, too.
Yeah.
The kid was like 6'4" cornerback, I believe.
Yeah.
It was a little rainy that day.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Georgia's last season, their defense was 38th. Wait a minute. Last year, 38th in points per game. 31.5 points they scored last year. Their quarterback now is in Miami. We all know what happened in the bowl game, and the new kid came in, did a pretty good job for them. They were 50th in total offense per game, 398 yards. They were 14th in passing offense, 277 yards per game. How good is the offense going to be with the new quarterback? I think it'll be pretty good. I think he's a good ball player. We shall see.
I think they're replacing 7 starters on offense, so that's where I want to see it.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, they recruit as good as anybody. I mean, so Kirby can recruit, but I do want to see how this offense is going to be constructed. Are they going to lean on that offensive line and running game, or are they going to let this quarterback open up and throw it downfield?
This is what was sad if you're a Georgia fan. Not sad, but probably disappointing. They were 102nd in rushing offense. They only rushed for 121 yards per game, and usually they're more of a power offense, run the ball, finish games, and I think that's what got him. And how many games they lose last year? They lost to Alabama, they lost to Ole Miss, and they lost to Notre Dame.
But they beat Texas twice, so they won the SEC.
Not used to Georgia losing 3 games in a season with a head coach.
Carson Beck was just hugely inconsistent last year. There was games where he looked like, the Heisman Trophy winner, and then there's games where he had 3 interceptions in the first half. And the Alabama game was the perfect, example, kind of in microcosm of his entire season.
But Stockton came in. Was right before halftime. We got Texas, and they got hurt. Right? It was a Texas
Notre
game.
Dame.
No, I thought it was Texas.
No, they played Notre Dame in that semifinal game.
Okay, I thought. Okay, you're right. And I thought he looked pretty good. I thought he handled the situation.
It was the Texas
That's
game.
what I thought.
It was the game before the Notre Dame game, and he started the Notre Dame game.
Yeah, I thought he looked pretty good. I don't know. Would that have made a big difference? Probably. We'll never know. I think Kirby's dad dying they had a lot of things happen. That was just a crazy situation. Anyway, they got new receivers. They got the kid from Miami. The young kid from Miami is a good ball player. They got a kid from USC, Branch, I think is his name. Defense, Georgia's known for defense. They allowed in 2024, I think 206 total yards per game. They gave up. I'm sorry. They were 23rd in scoring defense, a little bit different. They gave up 20.6 yards points per game. I'll get it right in a minute. 20 points a game. Almost 21 points a game. They gave up 345 yards a game. That's not Kirby Smart's defense in the past. 25 sacks. I think that's what they said. Anyway, Georgia's always going to be good as long as Kirby Smart's the head coach. I think the defense will be better. I think most eyes are going to be on the offense. How good are they going to be on the offense side of the ball? The offense coordinator took a lot of heat last year.
Maybe right,
Bobo. I love Bobo. I think he's a good coach, but I think Georgia's their best when they're physically running the football, play action pass, play great defense. Yeah, get the tight ends. Yeah, and let's see if they get back. Let's see if they get back to that. We shall see.
Can he get that Alabama monkey off his back? We talk about Ryan Day in Michigan. This is what kind of frustrates me when we talk about Kirby, because Kirby's 1-5 against Alabama.
Yep.
And we're always talking about firing Ryan Day, which, Michigan game's a little bit different than Alabama, Georgia, but still, do you think he's got a mental block there? What's the deal? Because there's the times where they are better than Alabama. Alabama comes in and whoops them.
If it's a close game, I like Bama.
Right.
I think this could be a game where you see them spank Alabama.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember in 1976, Alabama goes into Georgia, into Athens. Bear Bryant's the head football coach. They got destroyed, 21-0. And they were spending their powerhouse wishbone offense. When they got back into Tuscaloosa Saturday afternoon or night, whenever it was, Johnny Davis played for them at the time. He said that next morning they go in there, the uniforms are on. They went out and they went out full pass and got after each other. Yeah. They got destroyed by Georgia.
And that's in Athens this year?
Yeah, it's in Athens.
Okay.
So I think it was a close game. That mental block, maybe Bama pulls it off. But if Bama gets beat bad, I could see that. I could see Georgia putting it on them.
See Ryan Williams taking over that game, though.
We'll see. I think the issue Georgia's going to be like everywhere now, except maybe for a few schools, the depth. Yeah. How good are you? A lot of people love to go in there and get their players. They're not happy, not playing. And they come from Georgia, they can play. But we'll see how Bama does. True Blue Bloods. I want to ask you this. This was a site. We always go with these different sites and go over this stuff. They say this is truly the true Blue Bloods of college football. And they only named 6 schools. And 2 schools' names were off. We'll talk about. They might be more we need to talk about. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Notre Dame. Number 4, Oklahoma. Number 5, USC. And number 6, Georgia. These folks are the true blue bloods of college football. No Nebraska, no Texas, no Georgia.
No Michigan.
No, Michigan made it.
Okay.
Michigan made it. I can't put Georgia on there because if you look at the body, all those years of playing.
Right.
Vince Dilley was there 25 years, won 1 national championship.
In 80.
Yeah. Bear Bryant was there and won 6. Nick Saban won 6 at Alabama. He won
Woody
1
Hayes won 5.
Woody Hayes won 5.
Tressel won 1.
Yeah. Notre Dame's won in the past.
We've switched so many coaches, but still have that type of success and the brand recognition. I think that's what a true blue blood is.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
And you got to give Notre Dame credit. They won national championship throughout.
For sure, yeah. Notre Dame's a huge brand. And Oklahoma is, too. People don't realize how good they were in the 70s and 80s.
Well, look at the 50s. Who was the coach? Bud Wilkinson.
Yep.
He won like 50-something games in a row.
And even recently with Lincoln Ryan, they were in the conversation. That Georgia-Oklahoma game was one of the best games we've seen. It was like 56-52 or something, I think it was.
But national championship wins, Michigan didn't have the number of some of these other schools. They did all theirs way back in the day. That they counted
when they were playing high school
teams. Eddie counted it back during the Civil War.
Right. It was way before then.
Yeah.
When they were playing high school teams and like lower junior college teams back in the
They
1800s.
got confused shooting Indians back in the day and playing football.
Right. Speaking of that, there's your signal, Michigan Eddie, to call in right there.
But anyway, I would put Michigan in there.
They have to be. Yeah, their brand, and with Schembechler and some of the guys, even Lloyd Carr won there.
Let me ask Wildcat this: when Oklahoma was on that run, they go to the Sugar Bowl. They play a team from the SEC. This team had never done anything. They beat Oklahoma. They snapped that run, that winning streak. What team was it, and who was the coach?
Oh my God!
You should know this.
You got to ask. You got to think. Who's asking the question? First.
He's a legendary. He's probably the biggest name. He is, in my opinion, the biggest name ever in college.
Alabama or Kentucky. So
who?
Alabama or Kentucky.
Who is it? Who snapped it?
Who snapped it?
Who beat Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl?
Oh,
when Oklahoma was winning all those games. You just said it.
Alabama.
No, Kentucky.
With Bear Bryant.
Bear Bryant was the head coach of Kentucky.
It was a trick question.
Yeah, it was a trick. Yeah, Bear Bryant was the head coach of Kentucky. That shows you how great a coach he was.
Yeah, for sure.
At Kentucky, and he beat Oklahoma. Unbelievable. All right, let's take a break. We get back, we'll talk about the Auburn Tigers. We'll badmouth Michigan a little bit more, make up Michigan head mad. All right. Where are we? Stevenson Air Conditioning. I can't say enough good things about them. You want your house to be cooled off, you go Stevenson Air Conditioning. That's simple. You got any kind of problems, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. You want your power bill to go down, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. If you want fine jewelry, where are we going to go? Russ and Amber are incredible. Russ knows sports. We got to get him on here. Russ, you're going to have to step it up.
Amber's pretty good, too. She's got, of course,
looks,
her heart brains is split between
married,
two schools.
Good on, good people.
So she's good people. And you can go there and get your jewelry inspected.
What's the name of the place?
For free. David Adamson Designer Jewelry. One-of-a-kind pieces of jewelry. I own one. It is a prized possession. They made it especially for me. Helped me design it from start to finish. I love them. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
Great
Highway
people.
77, Lynn Haven.
We had so many of some people go in there and purchase things because they go with the best. And they treat you like family. They're wonderful people. They are. Really, I can't say enough good things about them. Now, skin cancer, I will say this. I've been out quite a bit. I need to get that lotion on better. I know better.
Keep calling that lotion, and it's sunblock.
Sunblock. Yeah, I've got to
That's
get that.
probably why you're having problems.
Probably.
Putting on the wrong stuff. Stay away from the cocoa butter.
Stay away from the cocoa butter. You're right. But if you have a problem, if it doesn't look right, feel right, you go see Dr. Ward. They got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Looking forward to him tomorrow at 7:30. He's been out in Nebraska with the World Series of College Baseball. Can't wait to visit with him and hear all the stories about that. I want to know if he went to that restaurant or that bar where the Jell-O shots. I want to hear about that place. But seriously, women, listen to me. Breast cancer, check yourself always. Go get checked out. Go to doctors. Skin cancer, go see Dr. Ward. 1 in 5 develop it. It can be deadly. 5 minutes can save your life. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Yeah, Michigan, we're not sure they truly are a blue blood. We did put them in, though. We did. We put them in.
Yeah.
Bo Schembechler was unbelievable.
Just being nice.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
There's an ED commercial. You can laugh. It's a fun show. We're here forever.
We're just trying to
Dr. Chad.
This is ESPN. This is not the News Herald. You got the wrong number. He's calling the wrong people.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 80. Tomorrow, variety of some sun and possible thunderstorms and a temperature near 86. Moving into Thursday, the same with a high of 86 and likely thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Great 4th of July mattress savings going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center today and you can save up to $600 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Stearns & Foster, made in the USA.
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Great 4th of July mattress savings going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center today and you can save up to $600 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Stearns & Foster, made in the USA.
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
You don't know what his problem is.
Quit calling, we're all hurting.
but it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, Jane, Jenna. War Eagle, baby. We got so many Auburn fans in the Panhandle, Florida. It's incredible. And you should be proud of what's going on in Auburn. Basketball team's incredible. Baseball team's incredible. Football team, yes, they're going to be incredible this year. They're going to be pretty good. I think they'll be outstanding this year. Get out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Have a wonderful meal. You know, Pat Perno is the city commissioner over there. Does an incredible job with that. But his restaurant is unbelievable. He trains them up to treat you like family. You walk in there, it's like they know your name. They never have a bad day. They always got a smile on their face. And that's one of the reasons I enjoy going there. Tommy Santamont, Louise, Julie, when we go in there, we have a great time. TV's everywhere. Watch all the games that are going on. The World Series, go there today. Heck, you can stay the entire day, lunch and dinner right there, and watch all games, drink beer, have a great time.
I just saw him last week. He looked good.
Yeah, Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. He started coming to your place. I told him to get in there.
We've talked a lot. I've helped him with a couple of things. He's trying to get off certain medications, and we've helped him to do a couple of those. But he looks good. He's feeling good, so...
he's a good man.
Yeah. We talk a lot, and I like talking to him. He's a good man.
Always giving back. I'll never forget when we were coaching. We had all kinds of things over there. TV shows we used to do there. The guy's incredible. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Let's take this call from the one and only.
You got to pick line one or line two. I'm not going to tell you who's on either line.
Well, Mike called first. Go to Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. I love Auburn. I love it when they beat Alabama. I pull for them one time a year. Anyway.
Hang up on him.
Thanks for laughing.
I tried to warn you.
Hey, let me guess where I am.
You're in Clemson, South Carolina. I see you.
You hear that?
The drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuck in Stuttgart, Arkansas, on the way to Omaha. A couple of girls took me over to the Ricebirds practice field over there. That's a duck, by the way, a ricebird is, and that's why I got that duck call. But anyway, I'm just wondering if y'all know about Iran. Yeah, do you know any facts about Iran?
It's over there.
Yeah.
They're minus 30. Yeah. They're minus 30. They're huge underdogs.
It's one of the greatest upsets in world history. They have foxtrotted with one of the great military leaders outside of Dwight David Eisenhower and Ulysses Grant. That's ever existed. Iran is not a small country. It has 4 times the population of Florida, and it's over twice as big as Texas. And somehow a little state the size of Brevard County is kicking their asses. Pardon me for saying the word asses, but anyway, it's just the best way to say it. And they're doing our bidding. They've been threatening to kill us. Here's the thing. They've been working on nuclear weapons. They say Israel's a 2-bomb nation. So when they get close, well, guess where is the next largest concentration of Hebrews in America, in the world? It's in America.
United States.
Where do you think it is?
In Michigan.
Well, no, close, but far away. In the greater New York City area. Anyway, be careful who you pull for in world affairs, but there's no doubt about this one, okay? Just be confident about that. And by the way, Patrice Bruno, is he from the Philadelphia Brunos?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Hey, let me leave you with a little song here. I haven't mastered Rocky Top yet, but...
Sounds like the Affleck.
That was Michigan. I think it's Michigan.
Yeah, y'all have a great one. That exactly is Hail to the Victors.
I knew it.
Yeah, love you.
All right, thanks, man.
See you, man.
Let's bring on the voice of the Georgia Bulldogs, the one and only. Is it Coach Moon? Coach Conrad Eugene Moon.
Legend.
Good morning, the Hall of Famer.
There you go.
Are you going to sing too?
One Hall of Famer speaking to another Hall of Famer.
There you go.
Thank you. Go ahead.
No, thank you. Well, your last caller, we couldn't hear a word he said. It was dead air.
Yeah.
For real?
For real. The only people, we could just hear you and Jason laughing or talking.
He was bragging on Glenn.
Yeah.
He said Glenn's over there fighting for the wrong country. I don't know what he was talking about. Is Glenn really over Israel shooting off stuff?
The only thing he'd be shooting off would be his mouth.
With that forearm.
No. He'll be there. He'll be with you in the morning.
All right.
You were talking about the sunscreen and all that. You know, back in the day, back in the '60s, when I was a teenager and in college, we used Crisco.
That's why your generation died.
That'd fry you up pretty good, wouldn't it?
For what did you use Crisco?
Sunscreen.
To go out into the sun. That's why I go to the dermatologist every 4 months now.
No, people did do that. I heard people do that. I'm serious.
Yes, golly, you could get brown. Woo.
Yeah, they use baby oil too.
Cholesterol. How was your cholesterol back then?
Just seep into your skin.
Listen, I want to ask you, we were talking about Georgia, Alabama's Week 4 opponent. What do you think about that game? Is it going to be close? Does Georgia break it off in them and put it to rest? Or what do you think happens?
It's just like we've got other teams' numbers right now. We got Florida's number and Auburn's number. Auburn's got Alabama's got our number. Just seems like Kirby can't beat him unless it's for the national championship.
Hang up on him.
This is all that matters.
I warned you about that one, too.
No,
it's going to be a close game, but it may be one of Georgia's. I think it might be Georgia's only regular season loss. I really do. And it's going to be at home. We hadn't lost at home, and I couldn't tell you when.
31 games. Last time they lost 2019 to South Carolina.
I just got educated on that today.
Yeah. I had to look it up.
I had to look it up. But I'm going to give you a name just to remember. Defensive lineman. He's a freshman, incoming freshman. Elijah Griffin. He's got a chance to be a starter, which never has happened.
A true freshman? A true freshman?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
He is. They're trying to downplay. They can't. Every time they talk about him, they just grin. I mean, it's.
Where's he out of? Do you know where he's from?
If you had to ask me, I could have told you. Yeah. But somewhere in Georgia, I do believe. But, Georgia's a lot of good athletes.
I tell you what, they're doing a great job right now in recruiting. He's knocking out of the ballpark right now.
Well, Kirby's just being Kirby.
Yep. I'm with you, man. Where are y'all at? Have you already played? Are y'all going to play, or have you already played?
Oh, Glenn stayed at home again today. I'm on my way home. Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Well, he just got back from Tennessee yesterday.
Well,
I think he was tired.
Bless his heart.
It's hungover.
You know what Wildcat said about him the other day? Wildcat said he's got more toes than teeth.
That's true.
Conrad goes, that's true. Unbelievable. That was me.
Well, you've never watched him put his teeth in, have you?
Yeah, I have.
30-minute job.
He's done it here in the studio before. He knocked them out. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well, between the Agent Orange and that radiation he had with that cancer treatment, his teeth aren't in great shape.
Yeah.
Vietnam did a number on him, too.
He glows when he walks in here in the mornings. He's glowing from something. I don't know what it is.
In more ways than you know.
Yeah. No, yeah. All right, man. Thanks for calling. We got a break. No, we got a minute. We got a minute. Well, hey, I want to ask you this question though, seriously, because Kirby mentioned the depth. He goes, that's a problem, but it's a problem everywhere now because everybody's transferring 4 out. But you said you've heard they're going to be the real deal this year. So you think they got enough players to get through the year?
I think they're going to be better than you think. I mean, honestly, everybody's got the same problem with the depth. With the depth now.
Yeah.
I think the new thing, I thought about it, I kind of like the new thing about the 105 scholarships and doing away with the walk-ons. That'll help the Division I schools. It'll be depth to the smaller schools.
Now, is that going to affect this coming up season? They can have 105 on scholarship?
I don't think it's this year, probably next year.
Yeah. How do you think their running game bounces back? Is that what they were 103rd in the nation last year?
They were not like they were in the past. Breaking news here. Nation number 3rd running back in the country, number 3 running back, Derek Cooper, takes official visit to Georgia. They've already got the number 1 linebacker, that Atkinson. He'll be there. They got Cooper, the 4-star running back. This guy, the people that are really trying to get him hard is Miami, Alabama, Auburn. But it sounds like he's probably going to go to Georgia. I think
that'll be all right.
Yeah. Wasn't he committed to Georgia at one time? Yeah, he was. That's the one that was. He was committed to Georgia back in 2024. And remember Kirby keeps going, people will taking $20,000 to go to these visits and stuff like that. So I think he's probably the player that's making $20,000 to go visit the other schools.
I think he's from Miami, but I think his family wants him to get out of the area. And then they're still in on Hyder, and Hyder's the number 1 running back in the country, super explosive. So they're going to get a good one this recruiting cycle.
Yeah, I think they might get 2. Yeah.
Hyder in Georgia is battling Tennessee for Hyder. He's still got a visit there this coming up weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Got the number 1 quarterback committed to, Jared Curtis.
Yeah.
We got. Let me ask you one more question, real quick. Here's what this one thing published: that the true blue bloods of college football, they only named 6: Alabama, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, USC, and Michigan. I said no to Georgia. I said no to Georgia because over the history of college football, they hadn't won the championships until recently, like these other ones. And they said no to Texas, and I didn't realize Texas doesn't have that huge number of national championships either.
No, they don't. No, they just have a lot of Southwest Conference championships.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't realize that.
Do?
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. Over the long run.
Yeah.
If you go over the last 20 now, that'll be different.
Right.
Last 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, you go over the last 10, they're the most. Seriously, 2020, they kind of taken over college football.
Oh, yeah. I mean, back when I played, we were very mediocre, and glad to be playing.
I don't know. That number's 79 for them when they played Auburn that one year. They ran that counter trey. That guy was that was incredible. I never seen anybody move like that. That's when he had 2 good knees, though.
Right.
He can't catch me now. All right, Conrad, we'll talk to you later, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Well, I tell you, this has been the best Auburn update ever.
There you go. Yeah, you ruined it. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach Moon, the legend, the Hall of Famer, Conrad Moon. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We already bragged, and Steve's there. Can't say enough good things about them. And I want to go back to another I love doing local people. Steve's Bike Shop. Steve's been coaching forever. He's a swim coach at Mosley. Does an incredible job over there. But they've been serving Bay County. You can't stay in business for a long time if you're not doing something right. They've been serving Bay County since 1979. They're across the street from Sam's. If you want these electrical bikes everybody's going to, get you one. Now, I will say this. Chad Mitchell said, you know what, these electrical bikes, I'm for those things. Yeah. I deal with patients. You're talking about ankles, knees, all that stuff, and the heart patients.
Physical
He
therapy.
said, yeah, you get riding, get the exercise. You might be way off. Now, turn on the electricity, let it take you back. Or till you rest it up.
Each time you go a little further.
And then you turn it back off. Yeah,
that makes sense.
They're taking over. I'm telling you, and I can't believe all these people hunting using those. You get the both wheel drive, 2 battery things. That's what everybody's doing when they go take these things out in the mountains to go bike hunting out there. It's incredible.
I think they're pretty quiet, too.
They are.
Because they're battery powered.
And they're fast. Wear a helmet. They're fast.
Yeah.
But Steve's got the old-fashioned bikes. They got the electrical bikes. They work on both of them. They sell both of them. They get great deals. Steve's Bike Shop. Right there on 23rd Street. Great man, great company. Turpro Pest Control. You want that yard look beautiful? Patrick can make that happen. Listen to Patrick, 8:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. The Vandergrift family, legendary family. His dad is a legend. They've coached so many kids. It's unbelievable. His wife, Judy, was a legend down here in Bay County. Great people, impacted so many people in a positive way in Bay County for years and years. But both their sons are incredible. Now, Kyle, what they do is unbelievable. TK Vandy Roofing, General Contracting. You want a roof, there's no other. Go local, go Vandy Roofing. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Beef O'Brae's, Lynn Haven. Get out there and have a good time.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
I don't know that there's a more important figure in terms of the health and the growth of the sport moving forward than Caitlin Clark.
No doubt.
Even more important than LeBron James or Steph Curry and whatever those two are going to do post-basketball, which is presumably own expansion franchises. She's still more important than that.
Evan Canty and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Get ready to discover new adventures this summer and hit the road in a new 2025 Kia Telluride from Bill Bird Kia. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 3.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Telluride. During the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, experience what everyone's talking about. Stop by for a test drive today and discover the perfect fit, featuring spacious 8-passenger seating, premium interior, and advanced safety and technology features. Bill Bird Kia, the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. The road is yours this summer and a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Telluride with $2,253 per $1,000 financed at 48 months. Quality limit cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 7725.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. Whoa, what's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Coach Ross is coming back. You know, he retired from Rutherford.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be going back. He's going to coach at Bay High School. He's going to help out the Bay High School basketball program.
He's a great coach, man.
Wow. That's assistant coach. I don't know. Maybe he just got tired of being the head guy and just wants to go help out.
Some people just love the game and they just want to be around it and help young kids. And he's a great coach. I mean, he followed in the footsteps of Coach Mills over there.
Him and him have been buddies for a long time now.
Yeah, I think Coach Ross started at Bay High and then he took that Rutherford job. And coming back to Bay High is a huge deal for Bay High basketball. Emma's a great coach, but Ross is hugely successful, been successful everywhere he's gone.
22 years at Rutherford.
Yeah.
22 years.
They've had some great coaches over there, especially in basketball.
Tell you what, I'll say this right now. Bay basketball just got better.
Yeah.
Wow. So congratulations to them. All right, I want to talk a little bit about the Auburn Tigers since we had the Bulldog call us and took over the Auburn update. SEC by enrollment. Where does Auburn rank in the SEC? Or do you think it's one of the biggest schools in the SEC? Or do you think it's one of the smallest? Or is it in the middle? Where do you, just guess where you think?
I would say one of the bigger ones.
There's 16 teams. What number do you think? Give them a number.
7.
Good pick. Good thoughts. But you're wrong. They're the 10th biggest enrollment in the SEC. It's hard to get into Auburn.
Right.
You realize that? I did not know that. It's tougher to get into Auburn than it is Alabama. Yeah. Yes, I'm telling you, it is.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, for Alabama.
Yeah. All right, Auburn to win the national championship in 2025. They're winning. Some servers came out with this. Their chances to win it.
Yeah.
To win the 2025 college football national championship, 1.1 percentage.
Save your money.
So you give me I got a shot.
I would go 0.0 on that.
Do you realize that's the 14th best chance
in the SEC?
I think in the country.
No, Not in the country.
Must be SEC then.
It's got to be the SEC, yeah.
All right, I'm going to go back in enrollments. You know, what are the big, huge schools in the state? It's a big state. We're in the SEC. Who's a big dog? Who are they?
Florida.
No, I was surprised at that too. From the great state of Texas.
Oh, okay, Texas. Yeah, that makes sense.
Texas A&M is the biggest enrollment of any school in the SEC.
Yeah.
They have 59,933 students on campus.
Wow.
If you can't get a date there, you're in trouble. I didn't think Wildcat could get
We're
a
going
date
to a
there.
game in Texas A&M this year, Coach. Let's go.
Go Aggies.
Yeah.
At number 2 from the great state of Texas, the little brother or the big brother, which way you want to look. Both of them have unbelievable money. Both are going to be really good in football going forward. I think Elko can coach. I think he's going to get it done there at A&M. They got the money to go get him. It's like their brother, Texas.
Yep.
The second biggest school in the SEC are the Texas Longhorns. 42,444 students on campus.
That's a pretty big drop off from A&M, though. Still, like 14,000 something.
Well, let's get to number 3.
Yeah.
The third biggest school in enrollment from our Sunshine State. You picked them out earlier. The Florida Gators, 34,924. I actually thought it was bigger than that. I did.
It's hard to get into Florida, though. I mean,
It is very difficult.
Great public school, one of the top 5 public schools in the country. I mean, there was a reason the Michigan
You got a
president
degree from
chose-
Florida, you're going to do well.
For sure.
I truly look at Dr. Ward. I know some of you guys that graduate from there. They're the best at what they do.
I know a lot of kids that tried to get in there and
had to go to
schools and this, you know, some of these courses.
Don't say they had to go to Southern Mississippi. Do not say that.
No, they had to go to Florida State.
Anyway, Florida is academically a great university, and again, just like Jason pointed out, it's hard to get in there. At number 4, they've gone up. Their goal was to get the enrollment up. Saban helped make that happen. They have so many kids from out of state going to Alabama during his time because people like to have a party and like to go. I mean, really, winning football games helps.
They want to be associated with a winner.
Yeah, and Nick Saban was that. So Alabama, 33,435 to get in the Alabama Crimson Tide. They come in at number 4. Again, it's tougher to get in Auburn academically than Alabama right now. That used to not be the case.
Tennessee's got to be up there.
I was surprised at this. Number 5. From number 5, what state is it? They like Jello shots. They like to party.
The Tigers.
The LSU Fighting Tigers, 32,574 beautiful students. They love those Tigers. Did you see that video, Coach O, an Alabama fan? Did you see that? I think it was over there in Destin. He's jogging. He said, the guy said something. Yeah, a second. Yeah, he kind of slows up. He goes, "Roll Tide." Coach looked at him, he got away from him, then you could tell kind of upset him and came around and came back. But it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't bad at all. He goes, "Man, would you do that to Nick Saban? Would you do that?" You know, he goes, No, you probably would. LSU probably would. Anyway, it was funny. At number 6, Conrad Mood School, Kirby Smart. You want to be taught by the best? Go to Georgia. 31,554 in the great state of Georgia, the Bulldogs, Athens, Georgia. At number 7, you mentioned them, Jason, but it's really close, really close. Number 7, Tennessee, 28,883 students. Who's number 8? Really close.
I'm going to go with Missouri.
Good pick, but wrong.
I don't
think you'll get it.
South Carolina.
So you got it, baby. South Carolina, 28,000. They're about 42, something like that. They're right up under Tennessee.
Yeah.
I hear it's 27,000.
I'm surprised Tennessee doesn't have more, just being the biggest state school in the state.
Well, Tennessee had 28,883. South Carolina had 28,470.
But they got Clemson in state that they battle with. So.
It's a small state. South Carolina's not a big state.
Yeah, that one surprised me a little bit.
Number 9, a small state, but their biggest competition's, I think, Arkansas State. It's Arkansas. The Razorbacks has 27,742 students. And think about the size of the stadiums, and you think about this enrollment. It's a lot easier to pack out A&M's 100,000 if every student goes.
Right.
If every student goes and 2 parents go to a game, you're packed out, man.
56,000 students is a lot.
That's a lot. I think who was telling me? I think Michigan has a big
Michigan or Ohio State.
One of them is huge, like a city. It's all right, number 9. We just went over Arkansas, 27,742. Number 10, a great institution, a great academic school, hard to get in. They produced astronauts, vets. They do it all. The Auburn Tigers, 26,874. And, baby, they pack out that football stadium. They pack out the basketball arena.
Yep.
They pack out the baseball. They love sports. That's a great job. Auburn, you got to win. Hugh Freeze, you better win.
Great city.
At number 11, yes, academically not very strong. Yes, the people are kind of different. Yes, they used to be good in basketball. At number 11, the Kentucky Wildcats.
Used to be. I hate this stuff. I really do. You just wait.
That's a beautiful campus. That's beautiful up there. Kentucky's a beautiful state.
It is. The bluegrass state.
Yeah, and they got good people. I love the people in Kentucky. They're good people.
When are they going to move on from Stoops?
I tell you what, I don't think they won't pull the trigger. They will not pull the trigger quickly. I don't think they'll get rid of it.
He's built up a lot of goodwill with there, but the last couple of years, man, they just haven't competed.
They're loyal to their coaches.
If he can win 7-8 games, they're not going to fire him.
To a fault, they're loyal to their coaches.
Except for basketball.
I think NIL hurts them. I don't think
well, I mean, look what
they're going to give all the money to basketball.
Right.
To get them fired from basketball. I mean, it takes a lot.
Yeah. All right. Kentucky has 23,930 students. Missouri's smaller than I thought. I thought it'd be bigger than that. 23,629 students. I thought it was bigger.
They'd be a lot bigger
I did too. I did too. Oklahoma, a small state, 22,046 students. That's what I'm saying. Oklahoma, to be so great in football all those years, do they have enough oil money to compete with Texas, Texas A&M, Georgia, Alabama, and the SEC? Well, I'm not sure going forward how great Georgia's going to be. We shall see. Number 14, the small state of Mississippi. You have Ole Miss, you have Southern Mississippi, you have Mississippi State. Ole Miss is at 14th, 19,094 students. 15th was Mississippi State, 18,230. And who was last in the SEC?
Vanderbilt.
Vandy, private, 7,152. It was extremely tough. Their people are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a break. Let's talk about some of our great people.
Above our pay grades there.
Beef O'Brady's, David Adams, Dr. Ward, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, J. Michael's Restaurant, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Let's check in with John in St. Louis.
My comments yesterday were totally out of line. I apologize. You have a good weekend.
I think apologies are meaningless when there's nothing behind them. I do not accept the apology, nor do I really ever want to talk to you again.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Tuesday. For this afternoon and evening, a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 80. Tomorrow, variety of some sun and possible thunderstorms and a temperature near 86. Moving into Thursday, the same with a high of 86 and likely thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Wahoo's Express Car Wash is now open and proud to be your local go-to car wash, offering top quality service with a personal touch. Their monthly membership plans make it easy and affordable to keep your car looking its best all year round. Wahoo's Express Car Wash has advanced equipment and an experienced team to ensure every vehicle leaves sparkling clean. Committed to fast, friendly service and spotless results every time. Come see the difference at Wahoo's Express Car Wash, intersection of Michigan Avenue and 23rd Street.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Patrick's in here making some commercials today. Good to see him. Turpro Pest Control. You want that yard look beautiful? Call Patrick. They can make it happen. And if you have problems with these bugs getting in your house, call Patrick. I called him about Wildcat.
So Michigan Eddie didn't call in. I wanted to.
Michigan Eddie is intimidated.
Oh, yeah, I smell the fear on him of these sanctions coming down.
He can't handle the truth.
Yeah. You can hide. You can't run, but you can hide.
Well, they're embarrassed of what they've done, and
they should be.
Yeah, they can't. They just can't handle it.
They should get on here and voluntarily offer to vacate all their wins.
He should apologize to me, you, and everybody else.
They need to really apologize to Tennessee. Did you read the NOA where they actually were giving South Carolina their signals? So Tennessee was going to, be heading to the playoffs. South Carolina shows up with armbands on after coordinating with Michigan's staff. And they ended up beating Tennessee like 56 to like 15 or something.
We got to take the national championship away.
Got to.
You just have to. All right, we got a caller. Let's take this caller. Good morning, sir.
After the fifth time I'm trying to call him this morning, I finally get through. So don't lie to the people, Coach. I have been trying to call.
We're not screening your
but
calls.
no one answers.
I didn't know.
He is calling in. I take all that back.
Yeah, and I got texts with Coach all morning long proving it.
We're messing with you, buddy. How you been?
I'm all right. I'm just listening to you guys. Go Blue Trucks around. Hey, I want to talk about the Arkansas pitcher yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How the post-game interview, instead of talking about himself, he talked about his high school teammate and hometown friend from Murray State. I thought that was very classy of him after he pitched no-hitter. And he was more ticked off that he hit that batter than talking about himself. So I thought that was very classy by the Arkansas pitcher.
Wow, that would have been a perfect game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes from a good family. He has a good coach, and he plays at a great university. Go Hogs.
If they get their bats going, man, watch out. I mean, they can pitch. Them and LSU got the best staffs out there, and then Coastal Carolina's as hot as anybody. Those are the three teams I'm watching from here out.
25 in a row. 25 in a row.
They resumed the LSU game today at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's going to be 10 our time. Coach Ward called in and set us straight.
And the loser got to turn around and play LSU, right?
Tonight at 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah. I'm going to watch that one.
Yeah.
I'll definitely watch that one.
LSU is playing this morning. LSU plays again tomorrow, right? And then Coastal Carolina doesn't play till tomorrow.
We've been over this about 3 times if you've been listening.
The
I
loser.
And you're wrong every time.
Right. The loser of the LSU-UCLA game will turn around and play Arkansas tonight in an elimination game at 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Since the last night's game didn't get finished, they're going to have to double up today.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. What do you think LSU, all the pressure to win there, and he hadn't done anything much lately, that week 1 game against Clemson, just because he's never won a week 1 game as the head coach at LSU, that I don't know, man. Does Clemson bust the bubble already or what? If he loses that game to Clemson, it's going to start.
I tell you, Jason and I have agreed on that. Coach Kelly's not a good fit at LSU, and we said that from day one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, Buckeye boy, but I think we've said that.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think Kelly is not a good fit down at LSU, and I hope Dabo goes down there and beats LSU. By the way, Skeens and Libby Dunner at the College World Series, by the way.
Yeah,
anyway,
I did see
just
that.
saying. Yeah. But, I think Clemson will go in there and get it done. And Dabo we trust, man. Dabo we trust.
Texas A&M beats out Texas and Ohio State for a massive 4-star. I'm not going to even tell you who it is. Y'all going to have to look it up.
Well, Michigan just got a lineman or an edge guy from Liberty Hill, Texas, and Liberty Hill is known to have year in and year out to be a pretty good football program outside of Waco in Texas. So that was a good grab.
They got 3 crystal balls from those kids from Virginia. 2, I think, a cornerback, maybe defensive line, and a safety maybe that are highly rated. So they're their class is starting to come together, and they're starting to recruit really well.
Are y'all believing this talk of the SEC quarterback got offered $8 million to transfer, or a phone call? I don't know.
Which one?
I think it was South Carolina's quarterback.
I don't believe the NIL numbers when they come out like that. I mean, if Beck got 4, and why would you give him 8? And some of these schools don't have this type of money. These are reporters that throw these numbers out there without actually consulting with people that would actually know. And I don't think these NILs are releasing how much they're paying these kids, because then the other kids are going to be like, oh, well, you paid him this.
What did Michigan pay that Underwood? They stole him from LSU. What did they pay?
I think it was $3 a year. So
that's 5 years. That's $15 million.
If he turns into Jaden Daniels, that's a good investment.
Thank you, Stool Presidente. Thank you, Stool Presidente, for that one.
Yeah, Larry Ellison.
Wow. No, Portnoy.
Yeah, well, he didn't pay the money. Larry Ellison did. He's the guy that's worth $270 billion. So he's funding the NIL for Michigan, which is a good thing for Michigan. I mean, if there's no guardrails and you got that much money and your girlfriend is a Michigan fan, then more power to you.
What about the rumors that your coach could be fired? I mean, they might have a totally different, or maybe an interim coach the entire year. Do they suspend him for the entire year? Do they fire him? I mean, there's all kind of rumors out there right now.
You are the first person that I've heard that from, that they're firing Coach Moore.
I'm just telling you, that's the word on the street.
It always comes from you.
There was a
fake news, whatever.
No, it's not fake. It's information we get from coaches.
There was a Sports Illustrated article about 4 or 5 days ago that kind of went in that they could vacate wins, that Moore could be fired, that he could be suspended for the year. Not that it is, nobody knows at this point. We're going to have about 45 to 60 more days before we actually hear or see what the actual final punishment is going to be. But there was an article by an ex-Michigan grad that was kind of giving out all the scenarios, and he put out a wide variety. Suspensions, vacated wins, bowl bans. He's not saying that's what's going to happen, but he says all that was on the table.
And they also had Michigan listed as a sleeper to win it all, the national championship in 2025. And I took them all. I said, there's no way they should be on the list, because they don't know what's going on with the coaching staff, if he's going to be suspended one game or is he going to get fired the entire season. Nobody knows. Everything's up in the air, and I think that's a lot for those kids to overcome.
Well, what's up in the air is our quarterback position right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, all that other stuff, whatever. I mean, I think unless I'm not in Schembeckler Hall and all that, but our quarterback position is unknown right now. From what I hear from the spring game, our quarterback's underperformed. So, it is what it is. It's how you play the game. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, and that's the truth. So, like, no one picked Michigan undefeated a couple years ago.
That's true.
And then no one picked App State to beat Michigan that one year. So we just got to go and see.
My thing is this. I think they're at least a year away. I think they need to upgrade their receiver room. I think replacing Kenneth Graham and Grant and Mason Graham is going to be huge for them, and I don't know if they can do it just next year. But
Jason,
if they go 8-4 and beat maybe an Ohio State or Oklahoma, I think their fans would take that and run with it, as long as they're building on some success.
I don't. I disagree. They're the best football program in the country. They own Alabama. They own Ohio State. You got to give them credit.
And we're out.
Oh, yeah, and Coach, you said that we didn't play. I mean, Will Johnson's a big loss. We got to recover him. He's a big loss, but he barely played last year. So it doesn't really matter.
And they're a real national championship. They won the Big Ten, and they won the national championship.
They got some really good running
backs. If you don't win your own league, how can you even be in the playoffs?
They got some really good running backs, and they landed some stud offensive linemen from Alabama. The one Haywood, and then Justin Haynes, that you really liked, is starting running back at Michigan this year. What's going on?
I don't know.
Justice Haynes. He said that Coach Moore reminds him of a young Nick Saban.
When he was crying on the
right. He was also trying to get more. He was trying to get more NIL money.
Right.
Hey, listen, call us tomorrow, Michigan. We're out. Hey, you guys have a great day. Leave it here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
JJ Spawn's a champion, and he did it in dramatic fashion. And, when you start to look, there's certain courses that are the stars. And as Rich Lerner said on